Good morning, my name is Terese. I own Boysenberry Designs. I make plushies, I make felt eyes, I make all that kind of stuff for personal use. I sell my plushies at markets and I have a market tomorrow. However, I made this loaf cat the other day. Cute, free pattern, Andy Carraway Arts, right here on YouTube. It's literally free, she walks you through the whole thing. But this size turned out, I think it might be the yarn I used, it turned out a little bit smaller than my large loaf cats, but too big for my small loaf cats. So I needed eyeballs for it because I already had closed it off. I was hoping to use felt eyes, so I'd already closed it off. So now I have to use felt eyes because it's too late for safety eyes. But isn't it cute? I did the Harvest Orange Blanket yarn. This is from Hobby Lobby. It's some sort of tan, couldn't tell you the color. I know that there's like oatmeal caramel, that kind of thing. I'm not sure which one. And then I used white and I just striped it at the end because I ran out of orange. Do you love it? I hope you love it. But the only felt eyes I have left are these big ends, which would look hilarious with this. Like, oop, that's its butt. Like, they're just way too big for it. But I make these eyes, and then I have the super small ones, like that I use for chicken nuggets, but those are too small for it. So, what I have to do is, I have my laptop right here, and I have my silhouette out. So, I am working on figuring out what size eye I need to make, so then it can just all kind of go together. So come along. I'm gonna play around with some sizes, and I have felt, I have all that kind of stuff. My super small eyes, I get the felt from, it's like Fairy Tales, let me look it up. Okay, so I just looked it up. It's Playfully Ever After. So I get there, it's like 0.7 round. So it's stiff felt, black, and it's like 0.7 width. When I cut my own, my silhouette doesn't like doing the perfect circles. It loves ovals. It does almost everything else. But I have wasted so much stiff felt that I get from Hobby Lobby, and it like specifically needs to be stiff because I've tried so many different felts when I started making eyes. And the only place I found it other than online, but again, it's a lot of trial and error because stuff claims it's stiff felt. It's not. You waste money. You can't return some of it, whatever. But anyway, the only stiff felt I found locally is my Hobby Lobby. And it's like 99 cents for this big, long sheet. I cut some out of this one, but like it's big, but it's like, do you hear that? Is that weird? I don't know. It's thick. This I have yellow. I have this for bluey noses, I think, when I was making bluey stuff, and something else. It wasn't pixel bees. There's something else I use this yellow for. It doesn't freaking matter. But anyway, so I have it. Oh, I have the label still on this one. So I have like scrap pieces of black and stuff, and it's literally 99 cents from Hobby Lobby in their craft section. It's like in with their pipe cleaners and other felt, but make sure you feel it. Like it needs to be stiff. Otherwise, it's gonna have trouble cutting, and it's whatever. But I'm helping you out. Hobby Lobby is the place I find it locally. If you don't like Hobby Lobby, that's fine. However, it's literally so cheap, and it's big. It's big. It's bigger than my cutting mat. But anyhow, so a lot of trial and error, wasted money. That's where I get my felt. That's all I get. Sometimes I get polyfill there. Anyway, next week I'm gonna go shopping there with you. Anywho, so I am out of the heat and bond. I usually use that on the back because then it doesn't ruin my mat when it cuts, and also it's an extra level of adhesion once it heats up, which is fantastic. But I'm out of that. So for right now, I have like a somewhat older mat anyway, so it's not really going to be a big deal if I have to throw it away. So I am going to just try a couple different sizes. I don't know if I want like an oval eye, so like just shrink down my, I don't know what size these are, shrink down these, and so then there's like a color, or if I want more of a circle and I could just kind of trim the edge, because again, my machine hates circles, which is why I buy from that person on Etsy. She also sells on, they also sell on Amazon. However, I've ordered from Amazon before and it claimed it was stiff and it wasn't, so I just stick to reordering the same stuff on Etsy. It's like, what did I pay last time? I think it's like $6.99 or so for 150 count of the 0.7, so that makes 75 pairs. So I think that's a great deal, and then I don't have to like scream at my machine. I have a Silhouette Cameo 4 and a 3, but neither will cut perfect circles. They love ovals. They love the rectangles I used for the pixel bees when I had those. They like even doing stitch eyes. Like I have stitch eyes in here that I've made. They like doing that. And they don't mind doing the huge ones, which would be like way too big for what I'm doing. And I've even tried the eyelash ones before. They can do that, but they can't do perfect circle, which is so odd because I know people, unless they're also buying the rounds from somebody, which I mean, how would you know? I don't know. The more you know, I guess. Like, I don't care. You do you. You make your coin. So unless they're also buying from somebody else that has like an industrial machine, or maybe the other machines work better. I don't know. I've only ever owned Silhouette. I can't figure it out. So unless they're buying it from somebody, they've figured it out, and great for them. I've just wasted too much stuff trying to figure it out, and I've like broken blades and stuff. So anyway, I need to place that order though too. I need to get more. I need to get like 4 or 5 of the 150 counts. So we're gonna play around with this. I'm just gonna kind of see what we're working with. I'll show you a little bit of the process. And hopefully we can get the right size and then get this done, because I would love to bring this tomorrow, and it's just been like sitting up on my unmade shelf, and it's my last of my whips that I just never finished. I just never showed it. I made this just the other day. I saw her video came out and I'm like, oh, I need to try that because I was curious. I have my own like rendition of the small ones, but I'm like, oh, I think that I should have like an actual formulated one. And I think it turned out pretty cute. It was super easy to follow. So anyway, let's get going. What I have here so far is I have the rounds. So what I did was I took this larger one that I use all the time, which is the size that I just showed you in my binder, and I shrunk it down a little bit, and then I shrunk it down like more. So then I'll have like 2 different sizes and see if that works. And then I know my stuff doesn't like the round, but I'm just genuinely curious because the bigger rounds cut fine. This, instead of 0.7 like size, this is a 1.01. So I'm just gonna see. Worst case scenario, I throw it away. That's what it is. So I'm gonna try that. So for right now, I'm just gonna cut these 3 because I feel like one of these would work, because if this one's still too big, this one is small enough that that might work. And I would love if that worked, so then I didn't have to play around for like an hour. So we're gonna see if one of these works. So what I usually do is I'll put like all the black over here, which is the felt. I color code it in general. So I have 6 like cutouts for felt, so I'll put them over here. I'll cut the felt first because I have to use the other blade for it, and then I'll cut the vinyl quick. The only color part is like the red part on here, which is like the eye color, and then the rest is white. The rest is just the outside part of it. So I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna see, like, I'll know as soon as I peel off the outer felt from it what will work. I'll just kind of like press it, hold it against my cat, and we'll just see which one works, because I feel like one of these is going to work. If not, no worries, I'll come back to the drawing board. But for some reason I feel like it'll either be this or this. They're kind of like similar sizing, so I don't want the eyes too big, because then I can't do the nose and it just kind of like looks cross-eyed and goofy. So we're gonna see if one of these works. I have my Silhouette up here. I just need to plug it in, and then we'll get going. I kind of have a jinky setup. My spouse is in my office working. We're still like renovating it, so I need to get this done. So we're in my bedroom today. So I'm gonna get this fully set up and organized. We'll get all the white in there, everything, and my machine's a bit loud, so I'll just do like I'll fast through it, and we'll see which works. I'm hoping this one does, but we will see. Okay, I took a little bit of a lunch break, but we are back. So I'm gonna turn you around. I have the felt of both of the sizes that I actually like. Okay, so I have the felt, again, this is the more circular, that's like the thinner oval. I have both white. So the circle ones, they don't need the side color, but I do have this too. So I have the colors which go with this, which go with that. I hope that made sense. It'll become like more obvious. So I have my little heat press, and again, it's just because I don't want to use the bigger one. It's just, the other one's too dangerous. I need to replace it. So I'm just going to use this for now because I'm in my room anyway, not in my office. So I'll just use this. It's just chilling on my bed. That's all I'm doing. So I will press the ones that don't need the color first, just because it'll be so much quicker. So I'll press that. I'll press the other whites, then we'll do the pupil. It's just a rhythm. So let me do that now. Okay, so I just finished pressing them. I do have these small ones, and then I have like the more round ones, so oval and round, and I have different colored. So like this one is gold, and then I have like orange and blue. So we're gonna see which one looks better, and then we're gonna press the rest of them depending on which one looks better. Okay, so here's my little cat friend. So these are what the like kawaii style are. I'd have to even them out more, so it'd be like this, which isn't bad, I guess. It's no different than like the safety eye rounds. And then this is my the oval I use on like a lot of my stuff, and I shrunk it like 3 sizes down, 3 or 4 sizes down, and that's what that looks like. And that has the gold with it because it matches this tan. I don't know which I like more. That's cute. And I've used these big ones on my huge loaf cats, but I'm not sure if this is too big. Oh, I like that too. Here's what I think I'm gonna do, because I'm making another cat anyway today. I think what I'm gonna do is do the smaller oval on this one, and then on my next one do this, and then just kind of get a vibe, because I have an event tomorrow, and see like what people like. So I think I'm just gonna do a variety for right now. So I have more of like the felt cut. I have a bunch of felt, I have a bunch of vinyl, whatever. What I'm gonna do is press the rest of it and just kind of already have it on hand in my binder. Okay, so here's what this looks like. I went with the oval, so it has like the goldish on it. Cute, I think it's cute. And then the next one I'll use these on. I just liked this better because it matched so well. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for coming along with me and making some eyes. I needed to anyway, so I appreciate the company. And until next time, have a good day.